This is it, Charles. Do I freak out and get angry? Oh, the green dot. Hooray.
Good for you.
If you are smelling your own feet in an RV somewhere. Well, Charles, welcome to Sunday with Charles.
It's good to be here.
It is good to be here. You know, we're standing right in the middle of sort of the crossroads of...
A lack of progress is what we're standing in the middle of.
Right.
It's like, you know, the devolving shitholi that is New York City.
Indeed. This is a hotbed of restaurant activity around here. You can get French pizza over there. I don't even know what that is. But there's a lot of new businesses coming in pretty soon. And the reason I wanted to start over here, Charles, is that we want to let everybody know that, you know, Trump had this rally last night. He was talking about a lot of very important things that I'd like to get your insights about. But even just discussing what Trump said last night is likely to cause the channel to get struck. Crowdsource The Truth 5 is just back.
Good.
From a week in jail. People might have caught some of last week's videos getting replayed this morning, but in just about 12 minutes, we're going to do today's Sunday with Charles in the First Amendment Forum.
Good.
So people who are not yet sponsors will be able to join us for that by going over to subscribestar.com/crowdsourcethetruth or patreon.com/crowdsourcethetruth. Become a sponsor. And then at 3:15, just about 12 minutes, we will begin the full show over there on the sponsored channels. I want to thank people who sponsor the show. Everybody who is a sponsor was aware last week that the thing got struck, because it's one of the reasons why I created the Subscribestar and Patreon channels, because that way, no matter what YouTube channel gets struck, people who really want to follow Crowdsource The Truth and keep it financially viable can do that on these sponsored channels.
That's good.
Very flexible.
Well, in that light, did you see Jack Dorsey's tweet yesterday, I think, or Friday or Saturday? I forget which.
I did not. What
Where
did he say?
He said it's become increasingly clear that corporations have become too powerful on the internet and are stifling dissent.
Jack Dorsey said this?
Yes, and it was Captain Obvious memes ensued. I mean, it was.
But what's he going to do about it? He's not even the CEO of Twitter anymore.
Well, the point is, I mean, I just don't think it's not right to be unpunished and come back and say, you know, I really screwed up. I'm sorry. Or like Hillary Clinton's got a tweet out, a couple of tweets out. She's really in the delusional wing of the
brazen.
As I said in a tweet, Biden's in the demented wing of the Democratic Party, but she's delusional. She's saying something to the effect of the beatings will stop when morale improves. I mean, she's saying that Democrats need to do a better job of selling their accomplishments. They're not selling their accomplishments hard enough to the wider public. And it's just, they don't have it.
They don't have any accomplishments.
Right.
I think these people might be watching the show because as we walked by, they looked at their phone and looked at us.
Oh, that's pretty interesting. Anyway, so it's kind of amazing that we have so many unpunished grifters still swanning around. My one piece of advice to Dorsey is stop looking like Osama bin Laden. I mean, you see those pictures of him with the Osama bin Laden beard and the stringy hair. Can he not afford shampoo?
I think
and
he's
a barber?
Just into the look, maybe, but I don't understand what that guy is putting out tweets like that for when I'm so upset about Twitter.
Yeah, nitwitter, call it.
But so when we continue the show in the First Amendment Forum on Subscribestar and Patreon, Charles, we're going to talk about some of the comments that Trump made last night that would have gotten him kicked off of YouTube for sure. I don't know if you were watching it while it was live streaming on his Rumble channel. He has over 1 million people on Rumble now. Yeah, pretty impressive because it's a smaller network. And then, but several times, his video cut.
Really?
Yep, and I don't know what that means. Maybe the network couldn't handle the number of simultaneous viewers, or maybe somebody was maliciously messing with Trump's video feed there. We know what that's all about.
We certainly do. No more hill country chicken.
Yeah, that's the other thing I wanted people to see, is that it's the retail carnage continues.
That's called progress, Jason. See, let me explain why this is progress. The people who come and are industrious and are customers are polluting the environment and hastening the demise, the rise of 100-foot seas, the blowing up of the Antarctic and Arctic ice patch. So you don't want to see businesses flourishing, and you don't want people to be spending too much money because that increases inequality. I mean, you've got that bum over there who's on the sidewalk. You can't see him right now. I mean, he's never going to be able to stay in place if the economy comes roaring back. So you've got to make everybody miserable. That's the objective.
So what you're saying is you're worried about the carbon output of fried chicken.
Exactly.
So it's a good thing, actually. Oh, wow. What the hell was that guy doing?
He was trying to get in the picture. Sorry.
We missed him.
I know.
He was dancing around.
I know. You never know with somebody like that. Next thing they're going to do.
Definitely not. So we got some bizarre weather here in New York City. It's another one of these days where the temperature is not that low, but it feels extremely cold.
Because it's wet.
And there's a lot of people who want to run us over.
Exactly. But it'll probably, I mean, today's April 3rd, so certainly within 2 weeks will probably be the hot, wet weather.
Well, April showers bring May flowers.
Right.
Now, the other thing, Charles, is that there's been a lot of people talking about the ruble, and also how Putin has done something to try to link it to gold.
Yeah, I think what he's doing, it's very clever. He's basing their currency, which is a currency most people would only purchase if they were traveling to Russia. It's not, you don't say to yourself as a central banker, well, I better make sure that I have 3% of my country's assets in that almighty ruble.
Right.
But now, there aren't any countries, I don't think, other than Russia, that are linking their currency or attempting to link their currency as directly as Russia is, both to oil, but maybe to other scarce commodities over which they have tremendous control.
The oil part I understood from the beginning, but I still can't quite grasp what they're doing with gold.
With gold, they're just saying that...
what was that?
That's this idiotic cheap car. That rubles will have a certain denomination. I think they said a 5,000 ruble note. So not all rubles, but only large denomination notes will be potentially convertible at a fixed price into gold denominated in dollars. And so, you know, what they're trying to do now, they see the degree to which the U.S. and other sanctionistas have decided that the existing, whoa.
Yeah, what
Italy,
left here? Oh yeah, it was like a coffee Italy.
Yeah, that's don't Italy.
Yeah, that's surprising that would leave.
Yeah. So
Lego's still here?
Yeah, the Lego store is still here. If you want me to hold the stick, you can go in and get that thing.
You know
from
what
Tommy.
I wanted to show you at this Lego store?
But I want to finish the dollar thing. That's not...
Absolutely, I want you to finish it, but this is just here for a minute. Oh my God, this wasn't here yesterday. That's even better than what I wanted to show you. Back to the Future Lego.
Adults welcome.
With my buddy Christopher Lloyd. But Charles, we are on the Lego Titanic.
In front of the Lego.
Rearranging the deck chairs.
That's exactly what Bite Me is doing.
So the gold
ruble. So by saying that you can actually swap these pieces of paper for physical currency, and the devil, physical gold rather, and the devil will be in the details. Does that mean that you take the 5,000 ruble note and you have to go to Russia and you get your gold in Russia, and then the customs people say you can't take it out? I mean, we don't yet know exactly how the routine is going to work, but by these moves, I'd say one is a punishment, saying to these idiotic Germans and Europeans, you know, that gas you need like now, we're not going to let you have. That's the punishment side of it. And then I'd say another element of the punishment is, we're going to have to wait, I guess.
Yeah.
Another element of the punishment is that you have to give us your euros in Russia. And we'll take those euros and convert them to rubles. And now you're going to use those rubles to buy. First, it's just natural gas. I think it's going to move to petroleum, and it may well move to other essential commodities. And so that creates demand for rubles, which were being smashed by the sanctioned.
Seems to have worked because it's back up.
Right. And the one thing that, I mean, Trey Gowdy, who is, I think he's a limited hangout, as you would say. I mean,
pointy-headed.
He yaks and yaks, but he never actually brings the ball across the finish line.
Yeah.
He did make one great point on the Brett Baer panel last week, which is that Americans are many things, but one of the things we're not is patient. And where you contrast that with the Russians.
Can you get to the point already, please?
But the Russians have had to endure hardship for decades.
Right.
Arguably for a century. And they just put up with it, and they're stoic. At least we don't hear about them being impatient.
Right.
And now they've had enough. I mean, 30 years of this bullshit, pushing eastward, and more recently, Putin said, "God damn it, I'm concerned about A, B, C, D, and E." And Biden's response is, "Oh, that's history. We don't want to
reason.
Let's move forward." Anyway,
what's going on there?
That used to be Charles Schwab right there.
That's what I'm saying. The whole Charles Schwab building looks gutted.
Well, Charles Schwab is now over on 21st Street.
Well, but somebody's doing something with this.
Yeah, it's tough to do Charles Schwabing outdoors. But
this is going to be the new headquarters of Anal Schwab.
I hope that's called prison. We're across the street from Peter Thiel's building, I think.
Right.
Big Bonner one. For the life of me, a guy as smart as Peter Thiel is, to put this building up next to this, rundown collection of buildings, each with not even first-tier fast food. And Popeye's chicken.
I've been seeing this dig all over the place. I don't know what that is.
I think that's some kind of coffee. But you got Arby's. I mean, I know this is what you do where you wake up in the morning and you say, for lunch, I gotta decide Popeye's or Arby's, right?
No.
Said Jason Goodman, never.
Never.
Right? But you look at this, you got Popeye's, Chopped is a salad place.
Dipping Dots.
Sticky's Fingers joint, McDonald's.
Some Chinese thing that's new.
An old pizza thing.
Yeah.
And Peter Thiel's $1 billion building, or however much it's worth.
Oh, actually, so Charles, we've got to now invite everybody to join us over on subscribestar.com/crowdsource the truth or patreon.com.
Good.
Yeah, that's a 400Z, the new. Anyway, we missed it, but we'll be back in just a minute on Subscribestar and Patreon in the First Amendment Forum. Join us over there. If you're not already a sponsor, become a sponsor. You get a free 3-day trial on Subscribestar. So even if you don't want to subscribe and